You're watching KATU News on Digital.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, May 15th. I'm Noelle Ford here. Thank you so much for watching today's Digicast. And KATU, we are still continuing to follow the aftermath of the protests over at Portland State University. Actually, our Shelby Slaughter, she's going to get a tour. It just started right now at 11. Right this moment, she's going to get a tour of inside the library, the damage of the facility. So we'll get a chance to see that firsthand. She'll be sharing some photos on digital. KATU will also be sharing those as well. So stay tuned on digital just to see that unfold throughout the day. We're also tracking, though, the people arrested for that damage. At least 2 suspects, they are set to be back in court next week. But I just want to show some video from the protests just to remind you guys what was happening out there. So at least 2 suspects, they are set to be back in court next week for more charges. That includes Elijah McClain from Philadelphia. Prosecutors originally charged him with assault on a police officer, burglary, and resisting arrest, but he now faces 9 charges. According to court documents, he sprayed a fire extinguisher inside the library as police moved in. Several other suspects are also set to be back in court in early June. So stick with KATU. We'll be tracking all of those court cases for the protesters and, of course, the tour that we got today. And I did want to speak about something happening tomorrow now. So the Oregon Public Utility Commission, they are taking public comment on another proposed PGE rate hike. You know, we just had one. If approved, the proposal would raise the average customer's monthly bill by 7% or by about $11. You know, PGE just increased their rates by 18% at the beginning of this year. Commission's going to rule on the request in December, and then if approved, those new rates would take effect in January. So if you want to find some more information on all this and just how to get your public comment in there, head to our website, katu.com. We have a link to all of that up there. And downtown Vancouver, they are getting their first Narcan vending machine. So let's take a look over here. First vending machine, and this was doing pretty well online. A lot of our viewers were interested in this. This is something that a few other cities have been doing. So the machine is going to be free to use, and it will be inside Clark County Corrections. Narcan can help reverse the effects of an overdose. And this is just the latest addition to a growing network of Narcan vending machines, like I just mentioned. They're in Clark, Skamania, and Klickitat counties. So it is supported by Swatch. That is a community health organization in Southwest Washington. Officials say this is going to make Narcan more accessible, and they hope that it's going to save more lives.
With fentanyl on the rise, it's important that everyone have access to this medication because you never know when you might come across somebody that has overdosed.
So Swatch says it's focused on expanding Narcan access in rural communities. They hope to add 2 more vending machines in Southwest Washington by the end of the year. And the organization also wants to expand the amount of harm reduction supplies within the machines. All right, next story that we're going to talk about this morning, this has a lot of Beaverton families talking, the possibility of consolidating and merging 2 different schools. So parents of students over at Raleigh Park Elementary, they are pushing back against a possible consolidation of their school with the new campus opening in 2026. The parent-teacher organization, they held a meeting yesterday talking about some of their concerns, and they say, you know, they are not happy with these possible changes. Yesterday's meeting, they made it clear they aren't on board with any merger. The plan, though, it's still in its early stages. Beaverton School District, they're floating the idea of merging campuses. So that would be combining Raleigh Park Elementary with the new Raleigh Hills Elementary campus that's going to open in fall 2026. Some parents don't want to see their child go to a bigger school, but, you know, the district says going to a bigger school will give them some more opportunities.
It feels as if it's a financially motivated decision rather than something that's putting student success at the center.
When you get a school to be so small, sometimes that means that the programming options no longer make sense. So you have fewer staff members, you have fewer opportunities.
So the new Raleigh Hills campus is going to open thanks to a 2022 bond. Right now, Raleigh Park has less than 300 students. And the new campus is going to be able to hold more than double that, around 790 students. The district has also thrown around the idea of merging the new campus with several other schools. So I'm sure this is a story that we will be talking about for quite some time. This is not the last time you're going to hear that on KATU. And then this is something we've been covering for a long time. Bad news for Boeing. I mean, just every day there's some kind of issue with them, I feel like. So the Justice Department, they have now said that Boeing has breached their deferred criminal prosecution deal. So back in 2021, you probably remember those major Boeing crashes. They killed 346 people when two 737 MAX jets crashed in Indonesia and Ethiopia. So under the deal, Boeing paid $2.5 billion, and they promised to improve their safety and compliance standards. But, we all saw what happened on January 5th when the door plug flew off the Alaska Airlines flight. Boeing has had multiple whistleblowers come forward, just speaking about the safety issues there. So I guess the Justice Department feels that they are not meeting the terms of that agreement. They have not filed charges against Boeing just yet. They have until July 7th to do so. So we'll be watching for when those charges are exactly filed. But criminal charges, that's a pretty big deal for Boeing. All right, we're going to switch gears now and just talk about some programming here on KATU that you can expect. And a lot of people have really been into the Golden Bachelor. You can see the newest Golden Bachelor up there. We had 72-year-old Jerry Turner had a shot at love for the last season, and now it's a woman's turn. So Joan Vassos, she is going to star in the first season of the Golden Bachelorette this fall. Pretty exciting. The 61-year-old was a fan favorite, but she had to leave the show early when her daughter had health issues. So it'll be good for fans to see her back on the show. Golden Bachelorette kicks off right here on KATU on September 1st. I'm not going to lie, I have not seen the Golden Bachelor, but I may have to tune in for the Golden Bachelorette because, I don't know, people were just crazy about the Golden Bachelor. It really is a super cool idea. And then another thing, we're going to talk about the ESPYs. Those will also be here on KATU, and we found out who is going to be hosting it. It's going to be Serena Williams. Of course, she is a legend. She's amazing. She will be hosting the ESPYs this year. And so Serena Williams, she has not been, here we go. Serena Williams, she has not played competitively since the 2022 U.S. Open. But, it does not mean she's done with sports. She actually is interested in owning a WNBA team she spoke about. So getting into the sports broadcasting, buying a WNBA team. And then her husband, we know, is franchising the sports bra here in Portland. So a lot going on with Serena Williams. But if you want to watch her host the ESPYs, that is going to be at 5 p.m. right here on KATU on July 11th. So that is all the stories that we have for today. But, we'll be here tomorrow on Digicast. And then, like I said, Shelby Slaughter right now, she is getting that tour of PSU's library. She'll be posting updates to her social media, and then KATU, we should be posting some updates to ours. And then we'll have the full story tonight at 4, 5, and 6. So have a great day, everybody, and have a happy Wednesday.
This has been a KATU News Digicast. KATU News is on your side.